You make good money. You actually do. More than your parents did at your age. More than most people you grew up with. More than the national average. By a long shot. And yet, every time you check your bank account, there's this feeling. This quiet, uncomfortable feeling that something is wrong. That you should be further ahead than this. That the number in your account doesn't match the number on your payslip. You're not struggling, but you're not free either. You're just stuck. And here's the part that nobody talks about, the part that financial gurus skip over, the part that YouTube finance channels won't say out loud. The problem isn't that you don't earn enough. The problem is that the system you're living inside was specifically designed to make sure you never feel like you do. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to see your financial life in a completely different way. And I'm going to show you the one shift, not 10 habits, not a 30-day challenge, just one shift that changes everything. But first, we need to talk about the trap. The trap. Let me paint you a picture. You're 28, maybe 32. You've worked hard. You studied, you hustled, you got the job. You're earning $90,000, $110,000, maybe $120,000 a year. You got the promotion. You did what you were supposed to do. So naturally, you upgraded your life. You moved into a better apartment because you earned it. You got the car. Not a crazy car, just a reasonable car, something that matches where you are in life. $600 a month. That's nothing on your salary, right? You subscribe to things. Netflix, Spotify, the gym you sometimes go to, the meal kit service, the cloud storage, the software you use twice a month, the news subscription, the premium app. Each one is small. $10 here, $15 there, $25, $8. Easy. You eat out because you're busy, and you've earned the right to not cook on a Tuesday night. You upgrade your phone every 2 years because, honestly, it's just part of life now. And you occasionally treat yourself. A weekend away, some new clothes, a nice dinner, because you work hard and you deserve to enjoy the fruits of that work. None of that is crazy. None of that is irresponsible. None of that would raise eyebrows. And that is exactly the problem, because here's what happened without you noticing. Every time your income went up, your lifestyle went up with it. Not dramatically, not stupidly, just proportionally, naturally. The way water fills whatever container it's poured into. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it's not a character flaw. It's not laziness or lack of discipline. It's a psychological mechanism that every marketer, every car dealership, every subscription service, every social media algorithm has been carefully, intentionally engineering for years. Think about it. When did you last see an ad that said, "You earn enough, save more"? Never. Every message you receive, from the moment you wake up to the moment you close your eyes, is telling you one thing. You deserve more. Spend more. Upgrade. Level up. You've earned it. And the most dangerous part? The people around you are doing the same thing. Your colleague drives a BMW. Your friend just moved into a new place. Your social media feed is full of people traveling, dining, upgrading. The pressure isn't explicit. Nobody is telling you to spend, but the environment itself becomes the instruction. Sociologists call this social mirroring. We unconsciously match the spending patterns of the people we identify with. When everyone in your peer group earns well and spends well, spending well becomes the baseline. Frugality starts to feel like failure. So you're not broke. You never said you were. But you are trapped in a cycle where every raise gets absorbed, where every bonus disappears, where your income grows, but your freedom doesn't. And the worst part? The gap between what you earn and what you actually keep is costing you a fortune. Let me show you the math. The math. Let's take a real number, $120,000 a year. After tax, depending on your country, you're taking home maybe $7,500 to $8,000 a month. Let's call it $7,800 for this example. Now let's build a typical life around that. Rent or mortgage, $2,200. Reasonable. Car payment, $620. Insurance, $180. Subscriptions, and be honest with yourself here, probably $180 to $250 a month when you add them all up. Food, groceries, and eating out, $800. Phone bill, $80. Gym and personal care, $120. Clothes and lifestyle spending, $200. Random convenience spending, Uber, delivery parking, $250. That's roughly $4,800 to $5,000 a month. And we haven't touched travel, gifts, holidays, or emergencies. You're left with maybe $2,800. If you're disciplined, if nothing breaks, if nothing comes up. And something always comes up. So realistically, most people earning $120,000 are saving somewhere between $500 and $1,200 a month, consistently, if that. Now here's where I need you to really pay attention, because this is the number that changes everything. Let's say you're saving $800 a month. That's $9,600 a year. That feels okay, right? You're putting money away. You're being responsible. But here's what that same $800 a month looks like if it's invested in a low-cost index fund with an average 8% annual return over 30 years. $800 a month becomes $1.2 million. Now, hold that number, because here's the real question. What is your car costing you? Not $620 a month, not $7,440 a year. If you took that car payment, invested it instead for 30 years at 8%, that car cost you $1.1 million. One car, one decision, $1.1 million in future wealth. That's the opportunity cost, and almost nobody ever calculates it. Let's go further. Your subscriptions, $220 a month. Small, right? Over 30 years invested, $326,000. Your delivery and convenience spending, $250 a month, $370,000. The weekend trips you're financing on credit, the phone upgrade every 2 years, the restaurant bills you charge to your card and pay minimum on. Every single one of these habits has a long-term number attached to it. And when you add them up, most people earning $120,000 are quietly burning through $2 to $3 million in future wealth. Not because they're stupid, not because they don't care, but because nobody ever showed them the real price tag. The $6 coffee is not $6. It is, across 30 years of daily habit, $100,000. That is the math the system doesn't want you to do. Now here's the twist, and this is the part that most people miss completely. The real trap isn't the first payment, it's the repetition. Every financial mistake people talk about, the bad car, the overspend, the lifestyle upgrade, they talk about it like it's a one-time event. Like you make one bad decision and feel the consequences once. But that's not how this works. The car payment hits you 60 times. The subscription hits you 120 times. The delivery habit hits you 365 times a year. Every year, for years. It's not one hole in the boat. It's 100 small holes, all draining at the same time, every single day. And because each individual drain feels manageable, because $15 a month for Spotify feels completely reasonable, you never see the full picture. This is called the aggregation problem. Your brain is brilliant at evaluating individual decisions in isolation. It is terrible at calculating the cumulative effect of repeated small decisions over time, which means you can be completely rational about every single purchase you make and still be systematically destroying your financial future. The system knows this. The subscription model was invented specifically because of this. Nobody would pay $1,800 upfront for a year of Netflix, but $15 a month. Easy, automatic, forgettable. You're not making financial mistakes. You're making perfectly rational decisions inside a system that was engineered to drain you slowly. And once you see that, once you understand that the enemy isn't one big bad choice, it's the relentless repetition of small, convenient ones, everything changes. Because now we can talk about the rule. The rule. I want to give you something simple, something you can apply this week, not in 5 years when you've sorted out your finances. It's called the 65% rule. Here's how it works. No more than 65% of your take-home pay should go toward your fixed and lifestyle costs. Everything, rent, car, food, subscriptions, entertainment, all of it, 65%. That leaves 35% for wealth building, not for saving. For wealth building, which includes investments, emergency reserves, and debt elimination. Why 65? Because at that level, you're not depriving yourself. You're not eating rice and turning off the heating. You're living well. You're just capping the automatic drain. Most people in the $120,000 bracket are operating at 85 to 95% of their take-home in lifestyle spending. Some are at 100% or beyond. Going from 90% to 65% is not a dramatic lifestyle downgrade. It's targeted redirecting. You probably don't need to cut everything. You need to find your 2 or 3 biggest leaks and redirect them. For most people, it's one of 3 things: the car, the rent, the invisible subscriptions, and convenience spending. The car is usually the biggest one. There is almost no financial decision that quietly destroys more wealth for middle to high earners than the car they drive. Not because cars are bad, because the psychology around them is relentless. Because the industry has successfully convinced us that the car we drive is a statement about who we are, and so we spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on a depreciating asset that loses value the second we drive it off the lot, and then we wonder why we can't seem to get ahead. Here's the insider version of the 65% rule that the wealthy actually follow. They separate the cost of looking wealthy from the cost of being wealthy. Looking wealthy is expensive, loud, and temporary. Being wealthy is quiet, efficient, and compounding. A $600 car payment is the cost of looking wealthy. $600 invested monthly is the beginning of being wealthy. One of those options makes you feel rich for a few years. The other one actually makes you rich. The escape. Now, I'm not going to tell you to sell your car tomorrow and move into a studio apartment. That's not the escape. That's just a different kind of trap. One made of deprivation and resentment. And it doesn't last. The real escape is simpler, and it starts with one question. For every major spending commitment in your life right now, ask yourself, is this costing me freedom or buying me freedom? Your car. Is the payment giving you freedom or locking you into 60 months of obligation? Your apartment. Is it giving you space and joy, or is it a lifestyle statement you can't quite afford? Your subscriptions. How many of them would you genuinely miss if they disappeared tomorrow? You don't need to eliminate. You need to redirect. Redirect $200 a month from subscriptions you barely use. That's $240,000 over 25 years. Redirect $300 a month from delivery and convenience. That's $360,000. Downgrade one car when the lease is up. Redirect that $400 difference. That's $480,000. None of these feel like sacrifice in the moment, but together they build something. They build the $20,000 shield, a cash buffer that means you never make financial decisions from desperation again. That means an unexpected bill is an inconvenience, not a crisis. They build the investment base that starts compounding quietly, invisibly, every month. And compound interest is the only force on earth that genuinely works harder the longer you leave it alone. Here's what freedom actually looks like for someone earning $120,000. It's not a yacht. It's not early retirement at 35, unless that's genuinely your thing. It's the ability to say no to a job you hate. It's a 6-month emergency fund that means you're never desperate. It's an investment portfolio that grows while you sleep, while you eat, while you work. It's waking up on a Monday morning and knowing that you have options, that you are not obligated to anyone, that the money is working. That is the feeling that $120,000 was always supposed to buy you, and it's available. It's completely available to you, but not through more spending, through deliberate, consistent, compounding redirection. The people who look wealthy and feel trapped, they chose the illusion. The people who live simply and feel free, they chose the math. At the beginning of this video, I told you that the problem isn't that you don't earn enough. And I meant it. The problem is the system, the psychological architecture around you that converts every raise into a higher baseline, that turns every reward into a recurring cost, that quietly convinces you that looking successful and being successful are the same thing. They are not the same thing. $120,000 can make you free, or it can make you look free while you're still paying for it. The difference is not talent. It's not intelligence. It's not even discipline in the way people usually mean it. It's just understanding how the math actually works, and then making a different choice. You're not broke. You're not behind. You're just trapped in a system that was never designed to let you win. And now you see it. Stop financing the illusion of wealth. Start compounding your freedom.